Hi everyone, so here we have the scarf all ready and onto the freezer paper, away to go. Obviously you might want to use a frame, that's fine, but I tend to at the moment use the freezer paper as a backing, which means that the paint doesn't flow through to the other side. So I've got all my paint set up, all the pinks and the purples. I've sent, I've put a photo on the Facebook page and talk about all the materials that you need. I've got different brushes here as well, different sizes, water and some kitchen roll so you can dab the paint if you have too much on as well. So what we're going to do here is start with any colour you like really, just go for it. So I tend to use this big brush here. So I'm going to start with a big flat brush and just make different striped patterns really, different some waves, and just let the paint flow. Don't worry too much about getting it perfect. Make sure you do the edges of the hem of the scarf as well. And just keep gently brushing the paint. Blend it as you go. So if you start with a dark colour and you go with a lighter colour, just blend it right in, covering all the white. You can always go over the hems at the end if you've missed bits. But yeah, just see what patterns you want to create really, because it doesn't matter, just go with the flow. Every scarf's going to be different. So I'm mixing the colours up, creating some waves, just blending as I go. I tend to add sort of light colours next to the dark colours. And now I'm going to add a bit of purple. So just enjoy the process really. It's very therapeutic, painting on silk. So I've got the purple and then I've got the lilac colour next to it. Always just blending the lines so they're a little bit softer, rather than harsh lines. If it dries as you're painting, it doesn't matter, just if you need to take a break, just stop and then carry on when you're ready again. You might not want to use pinks, you might want to use blues. Just see what works for you. So I've got lots of creating sort of shapes here as well. And then sort of filling in the shapes almost. So you can work quite quickly. This is quite a quick scarf to do really. So if you want to make these scarves and sell them for a living, it doesn't take so much time up. If you're using glitter, it's a bit more time consuming to draw designs on and wait for it to dry or trace templates. So this is quite an easy scarf to create. So just keep working along the scarf, quite quickly using the big brush strokes. Make sure you paint along the hem as you go. Save them to go over it later. I'm going to add a bit more purple again. And I've got this lovely rose colour, which is a bit more like a lilac. And I just tend to use a bit of pink. I love this plum colour as well. So I'm just going to use some of that. I love the way the paint flows on the silk, so it's really relaxing, just sort of lose yourself in your painting. If you prefer, you can just do stripes. Mine are more sort of waves. But stripes can look lovely as well. And the good thing about having lots of different colours is it goes with different outfits as well. So you're not limiting yourself to just one choice. So keep going as quickly as you like. Just keep adding and blending basically. You could even do spots if you want to as well. That look really nice. The paint starts to bleed. That's fine, it gets really pretty effects, but just give it a quick blend so you haven't got the harsh lines. If you want to, you can use a smaller brush head as well and just go over sections if you want to, just to make slightly different. Thinner lines. We could go over the scarf afterwards as well if you want to define the lines. But I haven't, with this design, I haven't really needed to do that, so I'm quite happy with a bigger brush. I'm in my conservatory at the moment, so this paint actually dries quickly, which is good. But you can use a hairdryer as well. This will speed up the process. And as soon as it's dry, you can iron it on a medium or silk setting, and this will set the colours. If I drop water on this scarf now, I would get watermarks on it. As soon as I've ironed it, set the colours, then that won't happen. So it's very important to iron the scarf afterwards. I forgot to mention, if the freezer paper curls up, you could just use some masking tape in the corners or on the scarf to keep it down, stop it rolling up, which is quite handy. So you could do some sort of triangle patterns here. I've got some white gaps on the hems, I'm just going to run over those quickly. This freezer paper I actually used for my last scarf as well, so you can actually reuse it, but probably, I don't know, a few times. So it depends how muck it gets with the paint, really. So every now and again, look back at your scarf and see if there's anything you want to go over. You might want to get a paintbrush and a bit more paint and to find the lines a bit more, or you might just be happy with it bleeding and flowing as it is. So. If you wanted to use the salt, you just need to sprinkle the salt along the scarf as you paint. If the paint dries, it won't really work very well. It needs to be wet paint, so it's particularly effective on darker colours, so like the purples, the dark pink. But obviously it will show up on the rest of the scarf too. But so just scatter table salt or coarse sea salt just along the lines or wherever you want to create effect on the scarf, and this looks really pretty as well. I've spread the purple colour out quite evenly, actually all the colours actually, so you get that sort of the similar effect the whole way through the scarf. That's just the way I've done it, so it's up to you really. Coming to the end of the scarf now, so just check that you've covered all the hem as well. Just blend the paint to make sure there's no harsh lines as you finish. There we go, all done. So just double check the hem, and if there's little white patches here that you've missed, just get a smaller brush of the same colour and just gently paint over the white bits. Just dab the paint on very gently, and that will cover all the white. And just check that all the way along the scarf when you finish. There we go, all done. So if you've got any questions, just pop them below and I'll answer them as soon as I can.